If you are sharing knowledge without doing this one thing, then people aren't going to value what you share. Now, about 6 years ago, I went to this amazing personal development seminar, and I learned this one thing, and I was so happy with what I'd learned. I mean, it transformed so many aspects of my life, and I got so excited by it. I came back because it was something that I'd struggled with for so much time, and I came back and I was like, oh my God, so many people need to learn what I have. A lot of people, they need to know this. And so I went around and I just shared with people, whoever would listen to me, I would share with them what I'd learned, but I'd give them the summary. I'd give them that framework, and I'd say, okay, you know what? If you want to change, you got to do 1, 2, 3. And people would just, I mean, would listen to me, but no one would apply it. No one would value what I had. And I used to scratch my head. I told someone once, I told another couple of people, I told another couple of people, and nobody valued it and nobody would implement it. And I got frustrated, and I was like, I started to doubt myself. You know, I'd sit there and I'd be like, what? Why aren't people doing it? And I'd sort of stare off into space, and you have these conversations going on in your mind. You're just sort of doubting yourself. You're like, is it the information? Maybe the information is bad, etc. I told one more people, one more group of people, and no one was using it. And then I just thought, you know what? There's no point. Like, why share it? I started to doubt myself. I started to just, give up sharing it. I mean, I knew the results that I got in my life, but I just thought maybe it's just not valuable for other people. Even though deep down inside I knew it was, but I just doubted myself because whenever I shared with people, I wasn't getting that result. And so months had passed, and then, maybe even a couple of years, and then I was sitting one day and I was watching a video, and it was from a speaker who's also a technology creator. His name is Russell Brunson, and he creates technology. But he was sitting there and he goes, "Listen, if you ever want to share something with people, never just share information because people won't value it." And when he said that, I was like, "Oh my God, wait, what's he going to tell me now? Like, I know what he's talking about." And he talked about his struggles about sharing information, but then he goes, if you want people to value the information that you are imparting with them, you have to tell them a story of how you first learned it, how you struggled to get that information, because then you're taking them through that story of struggle, of value, where they will see all the things that you've overcome to learn that bit of information, and then they'll value it. Because otherwise, it could just go in one ear and out the other. And I started thinking, wow. I started to think back on all the things that I'd learned. In fact, the stuff that I had started to share with people, I thought back and I was like, oh my God, before I learned it, the speaker told me a story of how he struggled to learn that information, all the challenges he went through, and all the things that when he learned that information, all the things that it fixed. And then I thought it was so valuable, so that when he told me the framework, I listened. And then I remembered, what did I do? I loved it so much, but I came back and I discounted the story. I deleted the story portion and I just started telling people. And then I started to look at books, and every book I picked up, a book would first have a story of how important something is, and then it would tell you that framework. And that's why books, the book version of anything, or the proper explanation, is more popular than the summaries, than the notes. Why? Because the notes will just tell you the thing. But before the thing, you need to know why the thing is important. What is it going to help you with? how much it's going to help you, what pain is it going to avoid you, all of those things before you tell them the thing. People need to appreciate the thing. People need to want the thing. And so I thought, wow, this is so powerful. Hey, Robin, thank you, brother. It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. Marika, awesome to see you. I was just on a session with you, and I will be back on that session with you. It's so great to see you, and thank you for coming, Marika. I missed your hellos, so it's always such a pleasure to see you come in and saying hi again as well as always. So, like smiling right back at you, buddy. So when I discovered that if you want to share something with anybody, you have to tell them a story first, I went, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I started to take a story. So when I would go out and share something, I would go and share a story. I would talk about why, like how I struggled, all the things that I went through. Wait, did I just do it over here? By telling you the importance of story, what am I doing first? I'm sharing with you the struggles, the challenges. So I'm using a story to teach the importance of telling a story as well. And when I would go out and share these struggles, the challenges that I went through in order to learn something, I would see people go, oh my God, you know, by the time I finish the story, they're like, okay, tell me how. Tell me, I want to know. And then they would truly appreciate that knowledge. Because sometimes you can go online and find quotes easily. When you tell a story that leads to that quote, people will value that quote. It will be like one of those things that it represents the story. And that's the same with a framework. If you have a 3-step process that will change someone's life, but it's 3 steps. If you just tell them the 3 steps, fall flat. But when you share that whole process, that story behind it, people will embody that if your story is powerful enough. So with that, I want to thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to share this story of why stories are so powerful when you want to share information. So with that, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all, and go out and make an impact in someone's life, even if it's just your own. Peace out, one love, and I will see you on another episode real soon. Take care. Bye for now.